What's up, y'all? This is your boy Eddie Jackson. Welcome back to the Drop That Podcast. Before we get started, this episode is brought to you by Layback TV, okay? Over 10,000 channels, movies on demand, every sports channel. If you watch the Super Bowl, congrats to the Philly Eagles. Only $25 a month is compatible on your iPhones, Androids, and your Fire Sticks, okay? Check them out on laybacktv.com, okay? Only $25 a month. Now let's get us to some wrestling talk. Whoa! Holy shit. Post Royal Rumble is getting interesting because we're getting into not only pre-elimination chamber that will be held in Toronto at Rogers Stadium, I believe it's called. It's where the Blue Jays play. Wait, hold up. I think it's a stadium, if I'm not mistaken. But it's going to be in Toronto. I think it's Rogers Center, something like that. But it's going to be held in Toronto, but not only in a pre-elimination chamber, but we're getting the road to WrestleMania that's going down April 19 and April 20. Okay, at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada. I will see you there. And they just announced that Smackdown on April 18 and Raw on April 21st will be both held at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. I will see you there as well. But let's get into it, shit. You know what I'm saying? We just had like a bunch of qualifying matches for the Elimination Chamber for the men's and the women's. Now, we do have Charlotte Flair, who won the women's 2025 Royal Rumble. She just put Rhea Ripley on notice. On Raw, she put Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley. She put the NXT Women's Champion Julia. And she put on SmackDown WWE Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton on notice. Jey Uso somewhat did the same thing. He didn't bother with the NXT champion. I don't know why. What's the point of it? Charlotte Flair actually won the Royal Rumble back in 2020 and challenged the NXT champion Rhea Ripley at the time, and that didn't count as a world championship. So I don't know what's the point on doing that. Jey Uso, he put Gunther, World Heavyweight Champion Gunther, and Undisputed WWE Champion Cody Rhodes on notice. Who he chooses is beyond me, but the Elimination Chamber matches for the men and women are actually set up for whoever Jey Uso or Charlotte Flair does not pick. So for an example, if Jey Uso decided to pick Cody Rhodes, the Elimination Chamber for the men, winner gets a shot at Gunther at WrestleMania. So far, when it comes down to the women's Elimination Chamber, we have former Women's World Champion Liv Morgan, former champion Bianca Belair, and one half of the tag team champions, and the returning Alexa Bliss. Just got word that over on come Raw tonight on Raw, it's going to be Women's Intercontinental Champion Laura Valkyria taking on former WWE Women's Champion and Grand Slam Champion and last year's Royal Rumble winner of 2024, Bayley. I'm going to go on a limb and say Bayley's going to advance to this. You know what I mean? Also, we got Logan Paul and Rey Mysterio in a rematch that they had at Crown Jewel for the U.S. Championship. Winner qualifies for the Elimination Chamber. I'm going to go on a limb and say Logan Paul's going to take this one. Just saying. I think there are bigger plans for Rey Mysterio come WrestleMania, and I don't think Elimination Chamber is one of them. But so far as the men's Elimination Chamber goes, we got CM Punk, who qualified against Sami Zayn, and we got Drew McIntyre, who defeated Jimmy Uso and LA Knight, meeting with John Cena, who called his shot, his well-deserved shot in the Elimination Chamber. So we got Cena, Punk, and Drew. Now, keep in mind, Drew McIntyre is in the Elimination Chamber. He won last year's Elimination Chamber to go on at WrestleMania and become a 3-time world champion. So that'd be interesting. John Cena has won Elimination Chamber before, but he also has lost one. No. Yeah. Wait a minute. Yeah. He's been defeated and he actually had a victory over him. Punk said he's won one before. So it's going to be interesting to see where this goes. What else we got? We got Jordan Grace being a part of the roster in WWE. Rather, she's going to be on the main roster in Raw and SmackDown, and she's going to NXT. I'm calling it now. She's going to NXT. She does a lot of unfinished business with Roxanne Perez. Definitely a good story for her and Cora Jade. Her and Stephanie Valker, Julia. She challenged for the NXT Women's Championship last year at Battleground. I think she's this close to possibly winning it. So I think she should finish her business over there. Plenty of time for her to be in the main roster. But the word is she took a pay cut coming into WWE. I put out a tweet that stated, who gives a shit, because she's going to make hell of a lot more in a year. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so some people do take a pay cut when they come to the majors. Doesn't mean she ain't going to be making money. She's going to be making money. This woman's going to be a superstar. She's great in the ring. She has a great physique. She's gorgeous. She has abilities, a talent. Her promos are getting better. Jordan Grace is the real deal. She already accomplished everything in TNA. So let's call it what it is. You know what I mean? Great rivalries, great matches against like Deanna Pizarro. Let me see. Matches against Trinity, aka Naomi. Matches against Tessa Blanchard. You know, she's a former TNA Knockouts tag champ. A former TNA Digital champ. Let me see. She's a 3-time TNA Knockouts World Champion. She's done it all. She don't need to be doing anything else in TNA, you know, respectfully. And they're partners, so it doesn't mean you'll see the last of her in TNA. As a WWE superstar, imagine her winning the NXT Women's Championship if she goes to TNA for, you know, a little one-off match. It'd be great. Go get her revenge against Tessa. Let me see. Oh, Solo Sikoa makes his return over at Smackdown. Spikes Cody Rhodes at the end. Interesting. I'm kind of curious. Maybe Solo when he took on Roman Reigns for the Ula Fala. I wonder what's going on with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he was maybe injured, but I'm kind of curious where is this gonna lead. You know what I'm saying? Does this mean we're gonna get a Cody versus Solo trilogy? I mean, Solo is basically 2-0 against Cody for the undisputed WWE Championship. We don't need to do this again. We already did it in SummerSlam. We did it on SmackDown in a steel cage. You know what I'm saying? Solo spent the last 6-7 months being beaten as a tribal chief. Interesting. I'm not even interested in that. I'm kind of interested now that he's back. What does this mean? You know, Jacob Fatu has been like surpassing Solo as far as popularity goes. Even Tamatanga, you know, motherfucker's funny. But I'm kind of curious what's this gonna do for Solo Sikoa come next week on SmackDown. Two more things before we get out of here. Got a lot of WWE releases. AOP, Elektra Lopez, Sonya Deville, Good Brothers, Giovanni Vinci, Elsa Dawn, even Cedric Alexander. Okay, let's call it what it is. As far as AOP goes, he's pretty much carrying crosses, you know, lackeys. I mean, barely spoke, so Elektra Lopez, that one is a little kind of curious when it comes down to me, you know, because, you know, she was doing her thing. She had her rivalry with Lola Vice at NXT and then went up to the majors on SmackDown. I don't recall where the hell happened to her after that, but since I wasn't seeing her, I guess, you know, it's falling under the rug, but at least, you know, she got kind of a boost. Good Brothers, former Raw Tag Team Champions. I think it's about time that, I don't know, it's kind of weird because they got released and then they went to TNA. Then no longer with TNA and went back to WWE. Now they're released again. I don't know much of interest they should be in TNA, but I think they would really make a dent in AEW, just saying. You know what I mean? Go over there and try to capture the AEW Tag Team Championships. Moving on. Giovanni Vinci. I didn't even know this motherfucker was even still there. I thought he was gone for a minute. I mean, he was part of Ludwig Kaiser and the Ring General Gunther with Imperium. I really do not understand what's the difference. You know what I mean? Like, he was there and then he wasn't. I would have liked to see Imperium altogether, but I guess, he just wasn't hitting. I don't know. Whatever. Good luck to Giovanni Vinci. Elsa Dawn, former WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. They won in Clash of the... what is it? What was it, the event? Clash at the Castle in Scotland. They won the Tag Team Championships. It's interesting how she got released, but okay. Sonya Deville. Seemed like she was gone and then she came back. And they, got into a faction with Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. I don't know where Sonya goes from here. You know what I mean? Curious with that one. Wasn't really seeing any traction with her. Cedric Alexander. I guess we all know where the fuck this is going. Soon as his 90 days is up, I expect him to be reunited with MVP and the current AEW Tag Team Champions Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin over there at the Hurt Syndicate. That will be a huge reunion. All four men who are AKA the Hurt Business back together again. So sometime in, I would say, is it February? Wow. We won't see Cedric over there in AEW probably until the summer. But, it'll be good to see. But before we get out of here, I put out a tweet. Everybody's been squabbling up with the idea of what main events for day 1 and day 2 for WrestleMania is going to be. I'm going to make my call right now. This is what my little draft is really going to look like. My rough draft of WrestleMania's card is not in any particular order for day 2 or day 1, but I'm going to go with, from bottom to top. I'm calling it right now. We're going to get Jordynne Grace taking on Nia Jax at WrestleMania. That'll be fucking huge. I think very soon, we're going to get the return of Jade Cargill taking on the person who possibly attacked her, Bianca Belair. WWE Women's Championship, Tiffany Stratton, Tiffy time. I'm calling it now. She's going to possibly defend her title against the returning Alexa Bliss. Calling it now. I just don't know if it will be before or after she joins the Wyatt Six. So I'm calling it now. Tiffy time versus Bliss. Women's World Championship. I'm calling it now. Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, Part 3. They faced each other at WrestleMania 37, I believe. Whichever the year of 2020 was, where everything was in a fucking warehouse during the pandemic. That was match 1. WrestleMania 39 at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. That was match number 2. I just feel like it's a strong story between Charlotte and Rhea doing the trilogy. You know what I'm saying? Rhea wanted to test herself against Charlotte. Charlotte selected her to regain the NXT championship. Not sure if that was the original plan, but it happened. They met again. Rhea says she's always wanted to get that one back against Charlotte. She's never defeated her. And hell, when Charlotte was defeated by Rhea, Rhea's career blew up more than it was. Because if you think about it, Rhea was supposed to get a title shot against Bianca Belair the year prior at Money in the Bank, but she was injured. And then to go on and win the Royal Rumble, and then go on to WrestleMania and defeat the Queen, Charlotte Flair, that was interesting. And her career just propelled. Ended up going a whole year over, defending that Women's World Championships, going on to WrestleMania 40, defeating Becky Lynch. Yeah, her career exploded from there. It just makes sense that, Charlotte wants that revenge back. This is a trilogy. You know what I mean? I think we have our female Stone Cold versus The Rock at WrestleMania. So I call it an out. Charlotte and Rhea Part 3. Now, I know the world, or there's a rumor that they are planning CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins in a trilogy. Triple threat. I don't see the point. I do see, Punk, Roman got problems. Punk, Rollins got problems. Roman and Rollins always have problems. I don't see the reason for it. I don't see what they do with that. Okay, the winner gets what? And that's main event type of shit. Punk wants a main event at WrestleMania. Why would we be doing this? I don't get it. But two guys who don't need a Royal Rumble main event have really never met in singles competition at WrestleMania. So I'm calling it now. Your and our Tribal Chief, OTC, head of the table, Roman Reigns, taking on the visionary, the revolutionary, Seth freaking Rollins at WrestleMania. Calling it now. Reigns versus Rollins at WrestleMania 1-on-1. I think they always tore the roof off. Former brothers of the Shield, they tear the roof off when they go at it 1-on-1. I think this is screaming storyline as soon as Roman comes back. As far as the main events go, I got Jey Uso, 2025 Royal Rumble winner. Main event, Jey Uso, selecting the Ring General Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship one more time. Okay? Night 1, actually. I call that for night 1. Night 2, I got the undisputed WWE Champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, defending his title against John Cena and CM Punk in a triple threat match. That screams, that will answer everything. Punk and Cena has long history going after each other. Cody and Punk in the last 2 years, back to back, post Royal Rumble. Pre Royal Rumble, have been going at it face to face in a promo. They're just leading this up. I think this makes sense. Yeah. So I'm calling, that's going to be my rough draft as far as how WrestleMania is going down. Could be wrong, but I think majority of it's right. But I'm Eddie Jackson. This is Drop That Podcast. Make sure y'all subscribe, like the page. Y'all already know what the fuck to do. Y'all join in and have the conversation. I turn off the comments if you dare. Y'all be safe, alright? Peace.